So let me let you in on one of the days of a life of a transporter, and this is just one example of many days. So when I'm not traveling all over the U.S., I crash mom's house, and I help take care of her along with my sister. She gets help from the state. She's bedridden, in and out of hospice. Long story short. Anyways, so I get up in the morning, help take care of her, like food, water, whatever that she needs, and then I start replying to messages from basically when I'm asleep, I get messages, people wanting services or whatever. So I like lay in bed and go through all that, which could take most days up to 2 hours doing. Then I get up, make breakfast, let the dog out, and then work on some messages in the morning. I use like some booking sites or whatever. They come in and work on that. So when I'm not actively transporting, how I make money is you've probably seen other videos, food delivery gigs. So like now that I've got my cargo van, I do pretty much just strictly Instacart. It just makes things so much easier. So I went in and I left the house doing this car at 12:30. Well, at this, back up a little bit. So like at the same time, while I'm getting ready to go, I have a customer calling me that lives like 3 miles down the road that needs me to take their cat to LSU for surgery. Stay there, wait, come back. That's for Monday. And then at the same time, I have someone working with me for another booking later on in the month. And then also, I've got one booking site contacted me, or customers contacting me for services, another book, and this is all going on at like noon. On top of working with the A Hope, one of the nonprofits I work with, trying to schedule to do social media stuff with the person in charge of that. So I finally leave the house at like 12:30 and I start heading towards my local Publix. There's 3 in town, but I primarily use the one by the house. And I actually met with that one customer for the cat. We met up there, chit-chatted, worked in it. It was like, I think we were talking like small batch orders, like $5 here, $7 there. Not that big. It's pretty slow, pretty laid back day, so I can like do Instacart work on orders and also work with like potential customers and gigs and stuff like that. It's pretty slow, pretty laid back. So I'm like, I'm gonna, I've got these payments coming in for these jobs coming on later in the month, next month, or whatever. I said, let me just close shop at 6 o'clock so I can focus on that because I don't even start working on a route until the payment comes through. So I was like, close up at 6 o'clock or whatever. Well, 6 o'clock, I mean, it's dead. So 6 o'clock runs around. I'm on my way to head home. And then high batch order comes in, like, and we're talking like high batch orders like 15, 18, $20, and we're talking like picking 5 to 10 items. We're not talking like 30, $40, 30, 40 item orders. So I'm like, okay, let me do that, then I'll head back. Literally deliver, it just gets busy out of the blue, and I'm like, am I the only shopper working? I mean, it's, and they're like back to back like liquors and liquor orders and stuff, and we're talking like $14, $18, $20, like back to back. And I'm like, this started at 6 o'clock. Well, store closes at around 10, so about 8 o'clock rolls on. And this is like my business side of things, like the animal transport's been pretty much quiet since like 12:31. So like 8 o'clock runs around, right? So now all of a sudden, all these customers that are like said that they'd pay me are doing it all at one time. So I got one customer doing some final details on the transport next Monday, then the other customer for 2 weeks after Thanksgiving doing a transport and working from like Florida to New Hampshire, and then I've got one of the booking sites. They're pinging me for transport service. Another booking site pinging me for transport service. On top of like I'm actively still working on Instacart orders, and I'm like, did like the stars align? I'm like, I'm never this busy at 8 p.m. on a Thursday. Absolutely craziness. So like I'm just tired. Like I don't know, I did pretty good. Typically working a 6 hour period in Instacart, I'm in the like $60 to $80 range. I made like 120. Um, on top of work and all that, but like, but I wanted to get done early because I got a chiropractor appointment in the morning from when I got rear-ended in February. They're still trying to fix my back on that, so it's been a day. Oh yeah, and I mean to add to that, it was so slow this afternoon that I had enough time to come back home, eat lunch, hang out with Vinny here for like an hour, and then went back at like 3:30 or 4 and sat around for a little bit, and that's when I decided I wanted to call it a day at like 6 o'clock, and that's when all the chaos happened.